AaroniMoses, AaroniMoses, we the bang, we the bang, we the bang, we the bang, AaroniMoses, AaroniMoses, we the bang, we the bang, we the bang, we the bang. Hey, like, share, comment, subscribe, 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 like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yo, what up? It's AaroniMoses, and this video is a review on Cardi B's second mixtape, Gangsta Bitch Music Volume 2. For this one, I took extensive notes. For the first review that I did on her first mixtape, she actually watched my shit, and that shit touched me, honestly. I'm a normal motherfucking person. I got 6,000 subscribers, you know, but I knew I had to come correct. I had to do shit a little different, alright? So, firstly, what I liked about this mixtape is that it represents growth. It represents change. It represents investment. The first one I liked because it was very it seemed like it came more from the heart and had less intention. I don't really know if that would make sense to you, but if it seems like it was more personal and less for other people to hear more. You know, it was more about herself, because it could be maybe something psychological, something deep that maybe should be thought on and something that should be addressed to her personally, but I definitely felt the differences, all right? For this one, you have songs that you could smoke to and songs that you could actually sit down and relax to. I really enjoyed that element. The second thing is that she showed more cultural diversity. Yes, on the first one, she had the skits with the Haitian dude or whatever, but she has a song called Back It Up. She used the accent. She had some features on there from people that were, I don't know what the fuck they were, but they were from the islands somewhere, and it showed that she was trying to express more cultural diversity and that she's not just this person, you know. Next, one thing, of course, was the cover. She really invested in this. And with the first one, I say, yes, she was actually trying to present herself as just not a person who raps and this is a hobby and this is just something to put in her portfolio. But this is actually something that she is pursuing for real. Now, yes, I follow Cardi B on Twitter and Instagram, but, you know, I have a fucking life, so I don't exactly know if she if she aspires to be a rapper or if this is not just something to do, but, you know, just that extra piece of armor. I'm not sure about that. But if that is what her goal is, to be a recording artist, to be an entertainer, that's definitely something that she is showing. What another thing that I liked about this mixtape is that it's more fucking masculine. The first one was just really all about, of course it's about her, she's not a man, so it was more feminine, you know. I appreciated that I didn't have to, you know, tap into that piece of estrogen, my inner ovary, to actually enjoy this music. And I didn't, and I don't really think like that, but other people may think like that, just because that thought did cross my mind, because I was feeling it, but from a different part of my soul, you know what I mean? It felt like I didn't have to put myself in a different mindset to feel more secure. I don't know if I communicated that as well as I'm feeling it. The next thing that I liked about it is that it had more elements of hip hop stronger. I really appreciated that. of course, and it showed more of where she came from. This mixtape was it wasn't more authentic than the first one. But another thing that I like that she does with her songs is that it's from the heart. It seems like something that is not a fucking performance. It's not a joke. It's not fucking, there's gonna be elements of comedy and comedic elements to her material, but she's not stepping in to somebody else's shoes. It comes from the chest center. You know what I mean? What I thought that hurt this mixtape a lot was it seems more calculated. It seems like there was more thought put into it. The first one, it seemed more free. She seemed more open. And of course, like I said, it was more for the people. And I watched the Breakfast Club interview. Another thing I didn't appreciate was that I didn't know this shit was coming out. And I would have really liked to know, because look what you did. Look what you did. I had to go and buy some Henny on the fly. I wasn't supposed to drink today. I got homework to do, bro. I wasn't supposed to drink today and do this video and listen to these songs. But if I would have knew, I mean, you could have did what you did with the promotion, but I didn't know it. I have a pretty hectic schedule myself, so I didn't know it was coming out. That's more probably my responsibility in the fact that I wasn't paying attention to what you do, because I'm not up your ass all day. But the fact that it felt like you put more thought into this one and more calculated. And what you said on the Breakfast Club at the end, closer to the end, was that you want a Valley chick from Cali chick to listen to this mixtape and feel like a gangster bitch music volume 2. And I saw that, I felt it. I saw that with the cover. The cover, somebody's feeding you like cherries and rubbing your feet. The first one, a dude is like eating you out while you're sipping on the Corona. So you could definitely see the first one was dark, the second one was light. Like, I really appreciate that you're expanding. The first one was definitely personal. I'm not even gonna keep saying that. The second one was for the people, like some Young Jeezy type shit, and I fucked with that. And it seems like you had a mentor and that you listened very closely to what they said, and that you did some studying, that you did some meditation. You could definitely tell you did some meditation. You stepped it up. You became more sophisticated, which is something that I also thought injured your efforts. It seemed like I'm not trying to psychoanalyze you. I'm not trying to do anything like that. But it seems like you're more used to doing things from a darker, selfish place. There's nothing wrong with that. But when the efforts that you made for the second mixtape to make it for the people, it seemed like that was naturally something that is that is with you. So, I mean, R. Kelly said he doesn't take advice from anybody who doesn't have as many awards as him or credentials as him. So I'm not going to give you advice on that. But actually I am. I'm sorry to go back on what I said. But if this is what you're going to keep doing for the people, it's going to take a little bit more practice coming from, a self-help teacher, mentor, whatever you want to call me. But less thought, whatever. But just hope you take that. The collabs I definitely appreciate. Collabs were awesome. It was relatable. Not for me, but the messages that you were giving your audience showed that you were making more efforts to be relatable. And I already said that like 3,000 goddamn times. I'm glad for this. In your first mixtape, you are a nonconformist. You like to do shit how you want to do it. You hear Uzi, you hear 21, you hear Dirk, Bibby, fucking all of them. You didn't take that route. I'm not too big on the New York music scene, so I don't know if you did or didn't from that perspective, but I know you didn't go all around the country and make efforts to make a sound that would camouflage, and that's awesome, bro. That is thumbs up on that one. Thank you. So the next thing is, yeah, I said real, different. I appreciate that you put singing, singers, and you sang, and you put the auto tune in there. Awesome. I appreciated that. I really wanted that a little bit more on the first one. I liked that, although you did want to see more, or you did make efforts to express sophistication, you still put the violence and the gritty and the grimy, talking about you gonna burn niggas' houses down. Don't do that. I'm gonna burn your fucking house down. Awesome, bro. That shit was, I appreciated that. This one was more marketable. The first one, talking about pimping and hoeing and doing shit that the average person, the average female really does do, but they don't say it like that. And I really appreciate that. It's more marketable. It's something that you can take to the radio. It's something that you can promote, market, and advertise to a diverse demographic. Awesome. You know, that was definitely thought out. What I did appreciate about the first one, that was, I felt was definitely absent, and this one was that you had so much motherfucking fun in the first one, bro. The brain is the biggest fucking enemy, bro. Don't let this block this. You know, you had, I don't know what the fuck you did because I wasn't with you, but it feels like, it seems like, it sounds like you had more fun with the first one. I had more fun with the first one, but that shit could have been painful for you, and you could have been tired, and you know, all kind of shit. But it felt like you had more fun with the first. I'm gonna just put this motherfucker down. Fuck that shit. Next was, you had different flows. You had a diverse amount of flows on the first one, which was cool. But this one, you definitely did something different. Flows. You had the slow flow, you had the fast flow. You went faster on this one. You had different flows. You know, can't really say too much about that. Next is I like the beat selection better on the first one. Much better. And the thing I liked about this beat selection, though, that it was more diverse. Seems more authentic for you. Seems like something that you would more appreciate. And I appreciate that. The ad-libs. Glad you had ad-libs. I don't know I forgot what song that was. I'm gonna listen to it more. But the ad-libs, definitely appreciate that shit. The inspirational song that you made. Just everything, bro. This shit was, it was more marketable. It was more, you still kept it authentic. It's more marketable. It's more for the people. And the fact that you put more love, and you took, and I know you considered this. I know you sat and you sit, because that's what I do when I make music. I know you sat and you compared the two, but it's a very neutral movement that you made, because the first one was personal. It was more selfish. It was more dark. But this one, you went from the black and the blue to the white and the red. There was more love in this one. There was more of a message. It was more what's the word I'm looking for? It was more something that could be not marketable. That's not the word I'm looking for. It was something that could be moved, something that could be, I guess, marketable, bro. But I swear to God, that's not what the fuck I mean. That's not the word that I feel coming out of my fucking chest. But it was more infectious. It was more something that you could share with other people. Marketable. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're gonna stick with that word. That's the word of the day. Marketable. Business. Let's get it. Next. What the fuck? Hold up. The fucking ass. Alright, so we got, you definitely had a mentor, or if you didn't and you read books like you're supposed to do, congratulations. See, on the first one, it felt more like the little sister type thing. That's not how my little sister is. My little sister is weirdo. She's somewhere in college, not smoking weed, doing some weird shit, studying and shit. But it felt like that little sister just from the neighborhood that, you know, like, oh, what you about to do? But now you feel more like homegirl. You feel like you graduated. And just the whole metaphor, I'm not a fucking business major, fucking that person. But just the little things that the average person may not notice, I noticed. Just from the cover, the beat selection, the messages, the length of the mixtape, the skits, everything. So it definitely showed a lot of growth, which touched me, you know. And then so one of the last things I'm gonna say is, I think it was clever that you constructed the mixtape how you did, because if somebody never heard your music before, the best way for them to hear your music is to put this mixtape and the last mixtape in a playlist and put that shit on random. Because I think the first mixtape and the second mixtape are supposed to be played together. They sound like one. They sound like they should be together. They sound like fucking Carter 2 and Carter 3. Carter 2 and Carter 3 is way fucking different. It sounds like fucking watching like the first Purge and the second Purge, or fucking, you know, something like that. It sounds like it's salt and pepper, like exactly the covers. It's fucking, you know, it's peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter by itself on a spoon, high as hell. You eat that shit off the spoon all day. And you get some toast, put some jelly on that bitch. That shit's cool too. But if you get some motherfucking, you get some Nature's Own or some motherfucking, hey Liz, what's that bread with the red writing on it? You heard me? I forgot, but that shit's good as hell. Peanut butter and jelly. That's exactly what Cardi B's first mixtape and the second mixtape is. So, if you just want to sit down and listen to the two back to back, that shit would be awesome. Now, secondly, last thing I want to say, that I already fucking said this shit. It's promotional material, and that's why I respect it. It feels like it's something that can open more doors for her, like acting, voiceovers. I wouldn't be surprised if she got a gig for a movie on a cartoon, like Toy Story 4 or some shit, or, you know, Finding Nemo 7. Like, that shit is something. It's a business card, a fucking flyer, a song, a button, a t-shirt, and a hat. Like, definitely killed it on that. If you had more fun, Definitely. Because I keep saying that because the first mixtape was probably my favorite mixtape that came out that whole year. And yeah, definitely, probably like top one or two. And I listened to a lot of goddamn music. And I didn't have a job at that time. And my son was only fucking 2 months at that time. Was he a month? He was like a month or two when I made that video. He like just came home type shit. So for that, and it was in March. I think that mixtape came out in March, and I was still bumping that mixtape till a couple months ago, bro. Like, and I listened to hella music. So, and I just listened to, matter of fact, I just listened to What's Poppin' and Lil Thought uh, this week. This week, and it's the weekend. So, yeah. The mixing, the quality was better. I think, honestly, no. You know what? I take that back. I don't know that because I had different headphones. And I can't really speak on that. I have Skull Candies now, and I had Beats by Dre, and I got different speakers. So, but it feels like, because Beats by Dre, it sounds fucking different. The mids are different, the lows are different. The lows are actually pretty much the same, but the mids are different and the highs are different. It's just different, so, and the bass, I had a different phone, everything. So, excuse that. When you get where you want to get, when you're going to get, I would definitely like to see you do collabs with with Nicki, with Bibby, with Wayne, with Twista, Famous Dex, ASAP, Wiz, Drake. I don't really listen to Drake, but I think you two would sound pretty straight together. Juicy J, I don't think you guys would. I don't know how that would. I don't know. Gangsta Boo, definitely Gangsta Boo, and lastly Lloyd Banks. And this is all just because of your versatility and your the beat selection that you have. But that's it, man. I enjoyed it. I'm not exactly sure how I ranked your last mixtape, but no emotions involved. If I give you out of 5 stars, I will give you a 4.1. Just because how much I enjoyed the last mixtape. If I wouldn't have heard your first mixtape, I think that I would have rated it lower, honestly, because of what I know you can do, number one, and because it was something that feels like you need more practice with. Doing more music for the people without being a fucking conformist. I know that if you would have took the Lil Boat, the Lil Uzi, the Lil Famous Dex, the Kodak Black, the 21, the Bibby, Dirk, fucking Schoolboy Q, ASAP, if you would have took the mainstream route, the conformist route as far as your beat selection and your topics, I know that it would have been better, but it probably wouldn't have felt as good, and it wouldn't have been more it wouldn't have been as marketable, and it would have been less personal. And I feel like, in a way, this was a movement that you made for yourself to do this for the people, and this is something that you needed to do more than anything. That's why it confused me. It disappointed me in a way, in one aspect, like in a dark way, it disappointed me, but in a light way, on a business tip, I know what the fuck that you were doing, and I know that you know what the fuck you're doing. But definitely gotta fucking exercise that muscle. You're a great rapper, you're a great entertainer, you're a great personality, you're a great spirit, and no dick riding. Feels like I'm dick riding right now, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I just like to see people fucking grow. I like to see, especially because it's not March yet. I believe you put this about March 7th. It's not March yet, and you put this tape out less than 365 days before your last one. So, you know, big ups for that. But definitely recommend it. I recommend, if you've never heard Cardi B's music, I definitely recommend listening to them in a playlist, mixing it up, putting it on random, and getting it popping. You know, you can smoke to the second one. Definitely appreciable. I definitely appreciate that. I wasn't high when I listened to it. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe it sounds a little different. I will be bumping this mixtape. I broke my motherfucking skateboard. I didn't break my goddamn skateboard. Liz broke my skateboard. Cause she put a motherfucking couch on that shit when I told her not to, trying to get that shit in the house. But when I get a new skateboard, I will be skateboarding to that bitch and blowing hella shit in the shit to that bitch. So you just, you know that. Alright, I'm gonna put the bottle down. Cause that just needs to happen. So it's AaroniMoses. The reason I'm talking to the camera like I'm speaking to Cardi B, because the last time I made a Cardi B review, she responded, and that touched me like I said in the first one. But that's it, bro. Definitely listen to it. Socialize with me. Fucking do all of that. Facebook, the best way to reach me is email or my website. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter even. Not too big on Snapchat, but definitely hit me up on that. And that's it, man. It's AaroniMoses. We the motherfucking Bang TV. Alright, peace. Shout out to the Falcons. Let's get that Super Bowl shit.